U.S. President Barack Obama called Burundi's presidential elections not entirely credible and urged winning President Pierre Nkurunziza to hold meaningful, serious dialogue with the opposition that boycotted the elections. Obama addressed the Burundian matter during his Nairobi visit on Saturday. Secretary of State John Kerry election also called the elections deeply flawed is a U.S. State Department statement. It is imperative that the government of Burundi re-engage in a meaningful, serious dialogue with opposition and civil society leaders to reach a consensus on the way forward, Kerry said in a statement on Friday, declaring the vote deeply flawed. Burundian incumbent President Pierre Nkurunziza won a third, five-year term as president in spite of the bloody confrontations which have lasted since last April when he announced his intention to run for a third term. The country's electoral commission announced Nkurunziza's victory on Friday, after a vote marred by violence which was boycotted by the opposition. Pierre Claver Ndayakare, head of the Electoral Commission, told reporters that Nkurunziza had won 69.41% of the votes cast. Nkurunziza's nearest rival, Agathon Rwasa, took 18.99%. Nkurunziza's ruling party dismissed the U.S. criticism of the election that came even before voting began. Party chief Pascal Nyabenda said the remarks of U.S. officials were negative and nihilistic and implied the Burundian people cannot rule themselves. Ndayakare said election turnout was considerably weak in Bujumbura and the southwestern Bururi province, but gave an overall figure of 74% of the 3.8 million eligible voters in Burundi to be present at ballot boxes. Nkurunziza's main rival, Agathon Rwasa, is registered as an independent candidate because his political party, the National Liberation Forces, Forces pour la Libération Nationale, FNL, is not recognized by the government. Several opposition parties announced they would boycott the elections. Nkurunziza's supporters claim he's eligible for a third term because he was chosen by legislators, and not popularly elected, for his first term, and the country's constitutional court ruled in his favor, maintaining the legal status for his third-term bid. The Burundian people are allowed to vote or to choose someone they believe in, said Nkurunziza to reporters as he arrived to vote in his home village of Bai on Bike. UN Secretary-General Ban Ki-moon called on authorities to do everything in their power to ensure security and a peaceful atmosphere during the election. He banned further calls on all parties to refrain from any acts of violence that could compromise the stability of Burundi and the region, his spokesman said in a statement on his behalf.